So, good morning, everyone. I hope we have taken our breakfast strong enough to start our session. My name is Zainab Bulgeoche. Introduction has been done. I will be taking over this session, and this will be a very powerful session with talking about trust. And trust is one thing that needs to be earned, and we'll hear from our speakers what exactly this is all about. So we just spent this morning talking about economics, politics, systems. So this session is going to bring us somewhere closer to the ground. We are going to talk about institutions where people actually walk into every single day. A library. We can talk about a foundation, a classroom, a river and a forest reserve. And these are where we are going to dive deep into. So trust isn't built just on white papers. It is built in these spaces. So what can we hear about these spaces, and what are the things that you can actually take as key points, and what are the applications? And this is the things that you are going to hear from our speakers today. So today, basically, we have 4 leaders. And I believe each one of them, they are holding different puzzle of trust. That is one regarding public knowledge access, faith-based community giving, education equity, environmental stewardness. So these 4 different sectors are the ones to be discussed today. And let me introduce to you our speakers. Full biodata will be shown on the screen. And I want to keep it brief with the name and designation only, and we'll move straight into a conversation, and we'll applaud them coming here on the stage. Joining us today, we have Datin Paduka Mastura, the first one. She is the director of PAS. We have Saiful Khairi Kamaruddin, who is the division head of the corporate service at YAPIM. We have Chan Son Seng, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Teach for Malaysia, and we have Mohammed Usaimi, who is the President of GRAS. So we want to welcome them here on the stage, and I think it is a time for us to at least stand up and welcome them on this stage. So here is how we are going to run the next 2 hours. Each speaker will open with about 10 minutes of their own perspective and experiences. After all the 4 of them have spoken, we'll move into open dialogue. This will be an interaction, and I will be pulling questions from you guys. And this question will be pulled via Slido. So I hope you'll start preparing questions as soon as they start speaking. The first round, I would love to welcome Datin Paduka, who is you can see over there, director of PAS. And she's a public, she runs public library network across Selangor, one of the biggest voice here. Libraries are literally few of truly free places that you can actually be without having to pay anything. You can just actually walk in there and absorb knowledge and walk out. So I would love for you to show us how you see institution role in building community trust today. So 10 minutes is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for introducing me, and to all our panelists. Alhamdulillah, my name is Mastura. I'm from Selangor Public Library, and I have been working there for the last 18 years. Okay, and just want to share your experience. Just want to share our experience after we did our rebranding journey for the library. First of all, when I first came into the library, the vision is that to become the world-class library. Then that's when I stopped and I said that, well, if you become the world-class library, yeah, because you are the librarian, you're working at the library. But what the purpose of the government have? During that time in Selangor, we have about 86 libraries in Selangor alone. And I believe the whole Malaysia, for the public library, we have about total of almost to 1,000 plus, 1,002. Then also we have school libraries about 10,000. And we have special libraries about 750. And we have academic library 500 plus. So total library in Malaysia is 13,819 libraries. You just imagine. We have these libraries where everything is paid for, the salary, the building, the maintenance, and all that. And what the purpose of library? Why? Why the government introduced the library? Because want to give the knowledge. But knowledge only is not about you just can read. But after we do the brainstorming and do the strategic planning with all the 14 state library, then we come to conclusion that that the library will lead to economy, because you make people get knowledge, get skill through the program that we did. That's how powerful is library actually. It's very important because it's a consider education department, but after school hours or before school hours. So our children can go to the library after school or before school and get all the knowledge and the skill that they can have. The only thing that I noticed in 2008, the condition of the library is not really at par which we're supposed to do. It's different. It's not given priority. I managed to ask YB Rafizi during the Libat Urus in Selangor. During that time, he's the Menteri Economy. And I said, YB Menteri, we have 13,819 libraries to whole Malaysia. You can imagine how much the salary that we pay. Millions of dollars. Maybe 40, 60 million of dollars. But the government expect mediocre, Didn't think that library is important. The library is important as much as the school. And for the teachers, everything. And the librarian is supposed to accurate what kind of books that we buy that can change the mindset of the people. And how many type of book that we have to buy? We have to buy like picture books. I met Mimi Saleh, young entrepreneur who just opened for picture books. How you make that 5 years old can understand whatever that the author want to write, with the illustration and all that. And books for 12 years below, and books for 19 years below, and books for the adult. When you do this 4 generation, definitely you can doctrine the mindset so that they allow their mindset only to think what they want. What they focus, expand. So you focus what you want. Say good things, think good things, and expect good things. This is what we call mindset. And I think if the library, all the library, the school libraries, anything, what YB Fadlina have done is good to have the kindergarten, start school at 6 years old, and they have a tadika at 5 years old. Save a lot of young parents about paying the private sector for the kindergarten. So by having this type of library, since I'm in charge of a library in Selangor, we did our rebranding in 2009. We launched it, and this is on 17 years of rebranding journey. And I'm telling you, in Selangor, we have about 105 library, and 9 of them is a mobile library. We rebrand the mobile library. Instead of a big bus, we have to get a driver with license, special license. We just make it in a small van that can penetrate to all the PPRT or low-cost apartment. The problem is more on the low-cost apartment, as UNICEF statement in the research in 2018 or 19 about anak-anak yang bantut tak cukup makanan, kan? So after we upgrade, out of 105 library, we already upgraded 80 libraries. The visitors to the library almost increased by 100%. And last year in 2025 alone, all the library in daerah normally lost to Pustaka Raja Uda, the main library in Selangor. Raja Teruda touched 1 million into 2024. And 2025, the whole library in Selangor, about 103 of them, touched more than almost to 1.1 million visitors. Why I give you all this fact in terms of we can see that our children, our people don't like to read. They love to read, but the government's supposed to provide a good place, like an hotel, have aircon, clean toilet, have a place to pray, and have a pantry that they can have makanan alas perut. Faham kot ni semua kan? Simple food. So we launched our transit library in 2024. So now we have Mesra Transit Library for 9, and we have this transit library on the base of, we want to provide, the objective is to provide the secure, safe and conducive place, so that our children, even though the parents are working, they can come to the library. And our staff, we told them, please take care of the user, the kids, or even the youngsters, or even the elderly come like your own family. That's the benchmark. And to my procurement who buy the books, you buy books as if that your children want to read that book. So you'll be concerned about what's the content. So our cataloger have to play a role. So this kind of thing, the benchmark is that how you treat people is like your own family. And the library staff, we're helping children to do their schoolwork. Why? Because the reason we have many children who miss the class, ponteng, just because if let's say especially from standard 1 or standard 2, if they didn't do the homework, definitely they will be scared to go to school. And they try to avoid and go somewhere else. Then they start as young as 7 years old already, ponteng class. So how are we going to overcome this? No need to pay consultants so much. No. The library that we have already have the salary, the budget. Just put in their sasaran kerja tahunan that they can help the standard 1, standard 2, standard 3 to finish their homework. And when they come to the library, they can have some food, snacks or anything that can eat. And they can take a bath. If nobody at their home, they stay at the library until 6 p.m. we open. What happened to that children? They feel confident of themselves. And their stomach are full. And we know that last time after pandemic, we said that about the lost generation. They cannot read even though they are standard 5, 6 or even Form 1. You know why? Because their stomach is empty. They feel weak. So this is the thing that I hope that when we have this humane economy, we have to go into this detail, even though it's a small thing, but it's impactful. So what our children needs and what we focus on this library that we have done, the rebranding journey for the last 17 years, is to make sure that the kids feel comfortable, feel safe, they have this, they feel that people respect them and give the unconditional love, kasih sayang tanpa syarat. It's easy to say, but you have to really walk the talk, take care. And all of us who God give us a position, God give a budget that we can take care. Please focus to these people. As we know in the Quran said, if let's say we take care of the people who are less fortunate, definitely God will give us more to that country. Then the last one that also the objective of this Mesra Transit Library is that facilities that parents managing their children transit without cost. You know now they have a transit cost and pay another 200-300, burden the parents again. And they can send to the library. It's not become kindergarten, but baby you cannot send without the parents, but the parent can stay there. And the last one, provide the light meal or snack so that they can do their homework, they can take a bath, everything. So basically, for the human economy, it started through our intention, and each of the head of the department or the CEO or the pengarah or the KSU, anybody, you have to make sure that your staff to execute the plan. It's not easy to change, but with your persistent doa and you give your narrative to your staff, then everybody will do the execution like they are serving their own family. Then only whatever our PMX, our cabinet plans something, then only that thing will work. So human economy is that everybody can understand what is this human economy is all about. That's for me for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Datin Mastura. Indeed, a public institution that is built on open access and, at least attending a library without a price tag on it, it will be worth for our children. Knowing that there are over 13,000 libraries, how many of them have you attended so far? At least 10? Is there anyone who have attended 10? Is there anyone? Yeah. No one. So I think this is a chance for us, and what she has mentioned, it's really powerful. So now let's turn to an institution that is built on a very different foundation, that is faith-based community giving. So Saiful Khairi, you are here representing YAPIM, an institution that is built, actually it's a public institution, and this is a public trust as well with Zakat and Infaq. But your own background is also in corporate services, organizational development, and HR. The internal machinery that has to work before any foundation can be trusted externally. So tell us about how internal discipline translates into public conference, and it's your turn.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi. Thank you for the opening speech from Ms. Zainab, Datin Paluka, from Perpustakaan Selangor, and our honourable panel also. Don't be confused. I'm not the KP of YAPIM. Because it's a last minute arrangement that I've given the mandate from our KP to replace his as a speaker for this forum. Because our beloved KP has an official program in Perak, so he cannot join to deliver the speech. So I'm need to replace him for this forum. But it's okay. In YAPIM, we are very flexible. In terms of delivering. You cannot heard. It's okay? Okay, sorry. Okay. Thank you for the comment. Okay, in YAPIM, we are very flexible in terms of delivering contribution to the society. Whatever we think that opportunity to give our contribution to the society in terms of our pillars of delivering donation, and what we feel that the public institution that only serve to give a donation is only YAPIM. Because YAPIM is only organization under the Ministry of Hal Ehwal Agama that serve to the society giving charity. That our registration is not from SSM. Yang mana SSM ni kita tahu pertubuhan society. But YAPIM is very different. Very different. Sometimes YAPIM can be government agency, it can be as a private agency. YAPIM is a self-sustained organization. We do not depend from the government grant. We are building ourselves through our foundation, our charity, but at the same time, we also develop our investment in terms of Aranu pound system. That from there we increase our fund to help people who are in need in terms of education, in terms of emergency costs from the flood, and whatever they need, we give charity on donation. So actually, what is a YAPIM? From the beginning of its foundation, YAPIM has been established about 42 years, very long in terms of the establishment. So, but the people, most of the people do not know YAPIM. But in terms of they are maybe from government servant, they know about YAPIM. But most of the public institution, sometimes they know YAPIM, sometimes they don't know YAPIM. YAPIM has played a crucial role in the society actually since 1976. YAPIM has established in 1976 during the premiership of Tun Abdul Razak, and then it re-established again in 1984. In 1984, YAPIM has re-emerged again in terms of its role, not only giving the charity, but also have a given right to invest, develop its funds through the investment, and then we also have government assistance right from the beginning to increase our fund. But after that, we build ourselves by sustaining through agency, and we have also a company. We also have company that invest to increase our fund. So YAPIM has 3 pillars that we think we need to assist society for the group yang memerlukan in terms of needy and poor society. So this group we cater very comprehensive, not only the group that we cover for education. So YAPIM, if you can see from the slide, we have 3 pillars of the establishment. The first is development in economic, Islamic economy. This development, we inculcate the nature of how to be entrepreneur, how to run the business. But we select from the society that from the scratch, they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing. Even to register the business, they don't know. Then we provide guidance from the registration until we provide a training how to run the business. So the YAPIM have a grant and then a donation. We provide assistance in terms of how to the business can buy the tools to run the business. In fact, we also provide and settle their basic need. Some of the entrepreneur then they only focus the business, but in the same time they left behind their basic need. In terms of their home, their house is very in poor condition. We also giving a total sponsor to build the house for this entrepreneur, because we do not want them to think their basic need until they forget about the business planning and how to run the business. So Yapim is very assist, yeah, not only for the business capital, yeah, but also we assist in terms of the basic need of the entrepreneur. And then the second pillar is pembangunan pendidikan. It is a development of for education. So we assist students from the poor and needy society, B40, yeah, and then who do not have money, yeah, to pay study fee. Yeah. We give through sometimes we give through school, yeah, school, and we provide a fund for them to continue study. Yeah. This is a basic need that we cater for a student. And beside that, we also build up the facilities. Yeah? We provide fund for school, yeah, who have very poor facilities. Yeah? We assist them. We give money, fund, and then in terms of fund, we provide them. At the same time, they also can assist Yapim to deliver what we have provide for them. Yeah? For example, yeah, they can contribute in terms of infaq. Yeah? At the same time, from the infaq, they also can contribute to their student, yeah, how to continue study and develop proper facility in the school. Okay, and the third pillars is pembangunan kemasyarakatan. The society that we develop that for emergency purposes. Yeah? For example, their family have a poor condition because of flood. Sometimes rumah terbakar. Yeah? Then we provide emergency assistance, yeah, for the nation. Then this the biggest contribution that we provide to the society. Yeah? So Yapim has a specific purpose, yeah, for its foundation, not only for the society, yeah, but our mandate from the government, yeah, that government cannot cater in the area. Yeah. Kadang government terlepas pandang, yeah, that Yapim come, yeah, to assist to cater the loophole that government cannot deliver. So next slide. So this overall framework of our Yapim operation, yeah, from how to strengthen economy, yeah, education and society, and that purpose is to give sustainability to the society. Yeah? We just not assist in the beginning of what they need to begin their life, yeah? But we sustain their life until they succeed, yeah? To stand alone, to stand himself, to succeed the business, yeah? And also the education until the student graduate. Yeah? We make to ensure that the student is graduated, yeah, until they can come back to the society and contribute what they have given by Yapim. And then what I have said also, the three pillars, yeah, ekonomi Islam, pendidikan dan kemasyarakatan. And from this activity, we just not only giving the fund, yeah, we also turun ke lapangan. Yeah. We create activity, many activities, yeah, activities, and then we meet the leader of society, yeah, they identify, the leader must be identified what the society that Yapim need to help. Yeah? So we also deliver dan kita turun ke lapangan bantu mereka dan kita bagi bantuan. Yeah, we give the donation. So this program of Yapim that very comprehensive, not only giving the donation, but also we monitor the progress of their development. Yeah, that we cater for these 3 pillars. And then next slide. And then Yapim, we have branches. Yeah, the state, at state we have 12 branches. Yeah, Yapim Negeri. Yapim Negeri we have 12 branches, and then from these branches, they identify the community and the society that need our assistance. So from here, we verify from our process, from state, and then the state will give the name. Yeah, but we have very strict assessment. Yeah, we just not randomly pick the people, but the criteria of the selection are very strict. Yeah, we have a very a tight assessment that we follow to select the people that qualified for our assistance. Okay, and then so from this state, yeah, since the establishment, Yapim have provide assistance to the 9.8 million people. Yeah? And then from this distribution, is about the value is about 710 million. So it's quite a huge value. Yeah, there has never been organization like Yapim, yeah, to distribute this value to the society. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is our business platform. Yeah, beside Yapim, as its obligation to assist for the poor and needy, we increase our fund, yeah, through business. Yeah, we have Arahnu business, yeah, across Malaysia. Yeah, currently we have 194, I think 194 our branches. Yeah, then Yapim actually in the very beginning founded this Arahnu. Yeah, beside Bank Rakyat also. Ini antara organisasi yang terawal, yeah, founded Arahnu in term of Islamic transaction in Arahnu. Yeah, so Yapim provide very lower upah simpan. Upah simpan very lower. It can be lower as 30 sen untuk sehari. 3 sen, bukan 3 sen, 3 sen for sehari. Yeah, very low. Yeah, because the purpose of Yapim is not to maximize the profit. Yeah, it's not to maximize the profit. We not a profit orientation. Yeah, we provide what is need for the society. Yeah, the society can have a very good access, yeah, to do a transaction for pajak gadai. Okay, and then I think that's for introduction. Yeah, for Yapim, we can explain what the different scope of Yapim and zakat, yeah, infak. So maybe I can explain later lah. Yeah, thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saiful Khairi, giving us comprehensive look into Yapim. Now let's move into where trust is turned into something more tangible and direct and also personal setting. Mr. Sun Seng, Teach for Malaysia, it literally places teachers and leaders in underdeserved schools. Education often is where inequality is either broken or entrenched. What is your view, what is your experience that this has actually eventually taught you, and given the circumstances that you have had experience with this kind of community, what will you have to say to the audience today?
Yeah, thank you so much, Zainab. Salam sejahtera, selamat pagi. It's such an honor to be here with this esteemed panel and to be with all of you here this morning. Thank you so much for choosing this session. It's an honor to be at this discourse this morning as we think about a humane economy and we think about, this theme of reclaiming humanity. And I really think that when we think about reclaiming humanity, we have to think about reinventing education in order to reclaim humanity. Because so much of our education system at this point in time is still entrenched in a industrial revolution design where, students are looked at as cogs in a factory that is meant to then serve, that are eventually meant to just become factory workers. And it was designed in such a way, and we have inherited an education system from our former colonial masters, and is designed in that way. And so what does it then take to have an education that is enabling all children in Malaysia to flourish so that they can shape a brighter future for themselves and also for this country, for all of us, so that we can be a society in which humanity is at the center of everything, right? The question we asked this morning was, is the economy designed for humans to serve the economy, or is the economy meant to serve humanity? So our vision at Teach for Malaysia is that all children in this country will have the opportunity to realize their potential through quality education. We believe that every child, no matter their background, deserves to live a life that they truly love. YB Fadlina, our minister, talks about this idea of karama insania, that children deserve to flourish in their life, that they deserve to live a life of their inherent dignity, where they can discover the things that they truly care about in this world and be able to pursue lives towards those efforts, right? To discover their God-given passion, their God-given calling, and to be equipped with the knowledge, skills, and mindsets to pursue that God-given calling, right? But the reality, unfortunately, in Malaysia is that so many children are left behind. And our mission at Teach for Malaysia is to build a movement of leaders who will transform the education ecosystem. So next slide, please. Although we have this aspiration for quality education in Malaysia, I think that the realities show that so many children do not have access to the quality of education that they deserve. On international rankings, almost 60% of 15-year-old Malaysians do not read at the minimum proficiency levels when we look at international standards. And that's also why the work of the libraries are so critical and important as well, right? And even if students make it through the entire education system, they make it through tertiary education, more than 80% of employers say that they still don't have the skills that they expect a graduate to have when it comes to management, problem-solving, collaboration in the workplace. And compounded by all of this, we know COVID sometimes seems like a distant memory, but the reality is that there are compounded effects that our students will face for generations to come. And there's an economic effect, but there's also a social development effect on our children. And so it is critical that we address these gaps and this idea of education inequity, that some children, because of their backgrounds, do not have access to the education, the social supports that they deserve in order for them to flourish. And we believe that unless we all win in education, at the end of the day, as a society, we will lose if we don't enable every child to have the education that they deserve. So next slide. You know, we talk about this idea that the challenges faced by children from high need backgrounds are rarely related to their inherent ability. We believe that every child has potential and every child can thrive. But there is an opportunity gap that children from different backgrounds experience. And so if we take, this hypothetical Aisha at the top, right, who comes from a background where, she comes from a high income household. She comes from a background where parents believe in the importance of education, that can support her at home, that can give her the confidence to succeed, or even just believe that, she's going to go to, let's say, university and beyond, versus this hypothetical Ben who, comes from a low-income background, who does not have access to positive role models in his life and does not have access to opportunities that he deserves. You can see that the gap widens over time. And it's not because of their ability as a child, but the lack of opportunities and the circumstances and situation that they're born into. Next slide, please. And, this morning we talked about this idea that poverty is multidimensional and that we exist in a polycrisis across the world. And when we think about this idea of education inequity at Teach from Malaysia, we use this term, it's a wicked problem. There's no one silver bullet solution. We're not just going to train better teachers and we're going to solve all of the issues. It's not just about changing the curriculum. It's not just about providing better facilities in school, but we need many, many, many solutions to address the various root causes of inequity in Malaysia, whether it is addressing socioeconomic factors, the issues of poverty, whether it's addressing systemic factors like the effectiveness of our policy implementation, or changing prevailing ideologies about children from low-income backgrounds. There is a belief, unfortunately, that we believe that some children, maybe given their background, are just not smart enough, or maybe they're not motivated enough. In Malaysia, unfortunately, we have this thing called the last class syndrome, where, you have your kelas depan, where all the smart students are, and then you have your kelas belakang, where we label these students, unfortunately, as malas, as bodoh, as kids who cannot learn. And unless we change these ideologies, these kids will continue to be left behind, right? So how do we address this wicked issue or this wicked problem of education inequity, this multi-dimensional, in a sense, polycrisis of its own? So at Teach from Malaysia, we believe that we need to develop a diverse movement of leaders. So next slide, please. So what we do is, first, we develop a movement of leaders first by starting off in the classroom. The research shows us that the quality of an education system cannot exceed the quality of its teaching. So if we want to see change in education, it first has to start in the classroom. And if you see this graph, we see the difference between the outcomes of a child who may have the same starting point, but given a high quality teacher versus a low performing teacher, you see that their outcomes vary drastically. So next slide, please. What we then do at Teach from Malaysia is we believe that, education, the challenges in education are some of our biggest issues in this country. And so we really need our brightest, most dedicated young minds to address this challenge. So we recruit outstanding graduates and young professionals to serve full-time for 2 years in high-need schools across the country in Malaysia. And we train and support them to be a part of the solution in their communities. Not to come into a community and say, like, I've got all of the answers, but to come into a community and listen to what are the visions, hopes, aspirations, and challenges in that community, to come alongside them and to work together with these students and communities to work towards that vision. And then beyond the 2 years of the Teach from Malaysia Fellowship, we support and mobilize our alumni to pursue pathways of leadership where they will continue to make an impact in education. Next slide, please. So our alumni, our fellows, they come from diverse backgrounds, right? They come from the top universities across the world in Malaysia, multinational corporations, but we also recruit, for example, the first generation graduate in their family who has a shared lived experience with the students that we serve and serve as a role model of what is possible for these kids. Next slide, please. Beyond the 2-year fellowship, while we believe that change must start in the classroom, like I said, because education inequity is a multidimensional issue, we need leadership across every sector that is working towards quality education for all kids. We're not going to change and improve education just by placing the burden of education transformation on the Ministry of Education. Education is not just the responsibility of teachers. It's not just the responsibility of the ministry, but it is a whole of society responsibility. And therefore we believe that we need leaders who have that firsthand experience in classrooms, on the ground, in high-need communities, who will then take that experience and take that to policy making. They will take that to the financial sector. They will take that to thinking about even healthcare, nutrition for young people, right? And across sectors lead towards this shared mission of quality education for all kids. And also not only just having this experience in the classroom, but also having proximity to those who are less privileged. And we talk about this idea of reclaiming humanity, and to reclaim humanity is to be more human ourselves. And we believe that if we want to transform society, the transformation of society first starts with the transformation of ourselves. And through this process of being in proximity to students, being in proximity to a community that may be very, very different from yourself, very, very different from your background, you learn about, people's hopes, visions, dreams for themselves and their hopes for their children, and you come alongside that and you build a relationship with people that are very different to yourself, or have these aspirations that you play a part in. And when you have that experience of supporting people to live into their hopes for themselves as humans, we believe that translates across sectors, right? How do we be more human in the financial sector? How do we be more human in all forms of development across society? Just for time's sake, I have a few more slides, but I'm going to skip those and really just anchor us back on that idea of, if we want to reclaim humanity, we have to reimagine education. Thank you. Back to you, Zainab.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sun Singh. That was very clear on how we can actually reclaim humanity in that essence that he discussed. Honestly, trust, it is built between teacher and a student, a community and its people. So the way he explained it and gave a profound overview of how we can actually reclaim humanity, it's a good explanation. Thank you so much, Mr. Sun Singh. So over to Mr. Yusaimi. GRASS works at the grassroots on environment advocacy, and often on the issues where communities feel unheard by the decision makers until something has already gone wrong. Actually, that's when you find the youth start rambling about things and saying things are wrong. That's when actually people look into the situation. But how about before it has been done? Someone needs to see this is a problem and talks about it. And Mr. Yusaimi will give us into that as well about the environment. You are welcome.
Okay, thank you. Director, fellow speaker, and everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Slide dah, tak dah? Okay. Basically, who is GRASS? GRASS is a bunch of crazy people talking about trash, talking about animal, even we're talking about right of the pig itself. So it's okay. People call crazy, it's normal. Dah 12 tahun, it's okay. Because in Malay, gila stand for golongan insan lestari alam. It's okay, it's okay. No harm. Okay? When you do different thing, people start calling you crazy. It's okay. GRAS Malaysia starting with tagline is break the cooperation chain, uplifting human dignity. Memutus rangkaian korporat, mengangkat karamah insaniah. Because we realize something, most of environment issue in this world start by consumerism, because of the greed, all that. So that's we start with unshackle the cooperation chain, uplifting human dignity. Now our tagline is Khalifah berjasa, alam sejahtera. We must start with human being first. Okay. Currently, GRAS Malaysia, the one and only doing environment from interfaith, interculture point of view. Okay. The one and only part of United Nations Environment Program, Faith for Us. The program Faith for Us, we have push all this religious agenda for environment, because we realize something, we don't realize something, or we realize something. Environment part of our religious and our iman, and most people don't realize it. Al-Quran itself ada 1,000 about Al-Quran ada 1,000 ayat real thing Al-Quran apa alam sekitar, tapi you tak pernah dengar ustaz ceramah dekat masjid pasal alam sekitar. Out of blue, kita sudah menafikan 1/5 Quran dalam kehidupan kita. Okay? Malah orang Melayu tradisinya alam terkembang menjadi guru. We learn from nature in order to our live daily, tapi kita fail because current society we call is NDD, nature deficit disorder. We detach from nature. That's why we do all crazy thing, not doing good but bad thing. Okay, we're talking about environment. It's not just now talking about environment recycle, that we're talking about ecology. How we study, we going to survive based on the nature itself. How use nature, how going to survive. For example, next coming soon is El Nino, going to be very hot, and our food production going to be problem. And people don't realize it. It impact your life daily. For example, last 2 years, around 100 plus people die during Hajj, during perform Hajj. 100 plus. It officially, unofficially maybe more, but 100 plus because heat stroke. And for your information, almost every month our pesawah we find meninggal kesorangan di Bendang. Almost every month. Maybe the chemical they use, maybe the heat stroke. But this is our challenge to kita punya food production. Okay, that's why the current now we're going for eco justice and eco wellness. Next, you must remember, Islam have a reminder. Rum ayat 41, corruption that appear throughout land and sea. Land and sea, not land alone. Okay, because what? The hand of the people. You doing it. For example, simple one, single-use plastic. And for your information, our cooking salt already have microplastic. Okay, cooking salt already have microplastic. So it going infect our health. For example, cancer, all that. That's our problem. Modern ecology crisis stem from directly kita punya greed, ecology neglect. We build something without consider the nature itself. Compared to the Malay, traditional Malay, we design something based on ecology system already there. Compare now, we simply we powerful, we do whatever want, we do. Okay. That also have stewardship and reform, and do not cause corruption upon the earth after its reformation. Okay, humankind been appointed to be steward, Khalifah fil ard, chain upholding the environment. We must preserve the environment because it's not for us, for our future generation. We just borrow, but we tend to forget it. Okay, then we must preserve it at nature state. Okay, next. Understanding eco justice is not about you talking about recycle that. No. It's that one. Now we're going up. Okay, more serious thing. Recycle that is basically activity. It's not the philosophy of it. Every individual, especially in KL, we need clean air. Dan kita musim apa? Musim jerubu, kan? Problem. So kita tak nak that one. We need safe water. Betul? Kan? Kalau tidak, kita akan problem. Kita need stable environment. Okay? In KKM Mobility Study 2022, 30% rakyat Malaysia sudah jiwa kacau. Going kuku. Why? Based on Tidur Razak, the ecopsychology, and the key forest bathing researcher, we are detached from nature. That's why we going kuku. You have feeling or not when you go to the forest, the calmness is there. Kan? This yang kita nak bawa, dan problem dekat KL, especially in KL, you cannot find 10-minute park from your house. You're walking distance park. And the best part, Al-Quran already mentioned, baldatun tayyibatu wa ghafur. Negeri yang baik, a good state, plus people yang bersyukur. Apa dia punya benchmark dia? Di kiri kanan jalan ada kebun-kebun. It's not just talking about food, it's talking about health environment, healthy environment. Because you got tree, you got fresh air, the temperature will be lower, all that, and calmness. Okay? And also for information, forest bathing also can cure cancer. Okay, study again lah. But problem now, kita buat development without thinking the impact to the society. Okay, you buat housing for the poor people, rumah borong property, no parking, no access to the playground, no access to green. Tapi kalau yang T20, 20 ekar kawasan hijau, ada kawasan jogging. Betul tak? Maknanya in Malaysia, kita dah mula segregate, you berkaya, you ada hak untuk ini. You miskin, you tidak berhak. Dan sebenarnya, ini kita panggil gated community, sudah ditolak oleh masyarakat barat. US tahun 70-an pernah ada demo menolak konsep gated community. Yes, accessible, green. Yes. Tapi problem dia, T20 bayar cukai tinggi. Berbanding rumah B40. Itu yang masalah. So ini peranan kerajaan. So Grass Initiative advocates equitable environment, help through strategic communication education, youth environment empowerment program, and our module currently we have Lashkar Alam Islamic environmentalist module acquired by now using by UNIZA, part of dia punya faculty. Then WWF UK request us to translate in English. Okay, our module promoting sustainable procurement. Also have sustainable procurement lah. So next. Okay, this picture, how you feel? Relax, nice, calm. Ini kita punya latest program. Last month kita buat book picnic. Bring your own book. Kita baca buku dekat forest. Okay. And the best part, this boy read in the river, small stream. The sound of the stream is what we call is healing sound. Okay, when we try to get people going back to the nature, fall in love with nature, and got benefit from it, why reading? Okay, both are different, very rare to our society nowadays. Reading and nature. So this is our next latest program. We do it. I don't want to read because you can read. Okay, never mind. So next, if you come early to the forest, you can do the grounding, nature sense, or Jawa cakap mandi apa morning dew, mandi embun. It's okay. Buat. That's why kita selalu suggest kita punya book picnic you datang awal, before 10. At least got ample time to do that. Okay. The restoration strategy, yang ni yang kita try to focus dan educate people ialah when forest destroy, for example, you de-gazettement. Now currently, Hulu Selangor try to gazettement of lebih kurang 500 hektar forest in Hulu Selangor. Okay? Tapi seluar daripada Hulu Selangor tidak boleh bantah. Yang boleh bantah hanya orang Hulu Selangor. Tapi kalau banjir sampai ke Kuala Selangor, boleh pula. Very rare, very pelik in Malaysia, we have law yang prevent kita untuk mencegah berlakunya kerosakan. Sebab kita hanya berlainan alamat. Kalau NGO, tak ada local standby. Kan? Ini yang kita try to educate people. You kena buat. You tak boleh depend on NGO itself. Ini. Kita consider is structural ecosystem fail. Sebagai contoh, Sungai Kim Kim. If you remember Sungai Kim Kim, the chemical factory just the distance is 4 lane punya road. Itu saja daripada sekolah. Dan ada satu budak sampai sekarang total paralyzed. Macam penyakit dia dapat. Habis. Sedangkan dia bright student. So, nak salahkan siapa? Kan? Tapi kerajaan dia kata, oh kami selesai betul. Okay, fine. So, dan problem kita, for example, kalau kita tengok flood, normal kita kata bila you start deforestation akan ada flood. No, it's wrong information. Flooding will impact you after 5 years of deforestation. It's not immediately. The worst flooding ialah after 5 years above. After dia punya stump semua dah start decay, dia akan turun tu, all they call it puing-puing. It's all logging, all that, kan, with batu, all that. That the worst part. Kalau setakat water flood, still okay. For example, kalau you remember Baling, banjir Baling, ada 3 orang meninggal. Tapi impact dia sebenarnya 5 tahun lepas. Dia kesan. Ini yang kita nak cakap. Okay? Circle of healing, by defending the wilderness, we protect social health, preserve the forest as planetary lung, for physical wellness sanctuary, eco wellness lah yang ni kita bawa, sustainable human life for generation to come. Kita problem dekat Malaysia now, kita cuma ada tinggal pocket of the forest. Siapa orang Shah Alam? Ada Shah Alam. From Shah Alam ada. Shah Alam, you masih banyak tapir, bukit apa? Hutan apa? Bukit Cerakah. Bayangkan, still walaupun dia dah island forest, still have tapir. Okay? Tapi kita don't care. Itu masalah kita. Okay? Kita destroy kita punya forest just profit of individu. It's not for everybody. Okay? Okay, next. So, mandate of action. You imagine, ada hadis, in hour of resurrection is about to occur while one of you have a sapling in hand, you can plant it. Dia tak suruh masuk ambil wuduk sembahyang taubat. Ada benih di tangan kamu, tanam dahulu. Itu hadis Nabi tau. Berlaku kiamat, tanam dulu. Walaupun biji kurma tu confirm tak akan tumbuh. Tak akan tumbuh. Tetapi inilah hebatnya, we talking about environment, membuktikan kita telah membuat satu yang baik di muka bumi. Usaha yang baik, a good effort we done to that while we live lah. So it's very powerful poetic instruction. It besides continuous environment rehabilitation and stewardship in life in under extreme consumption. Apa keadaan sekalipun, buatlah kerja alam kita. Dia tak suruh istighfar, dia tak suruh solat tabat dan sebagainya. Tapi sayang, siapa yang buat kerja alam kita? Okay? Even kalau kita plant a tree, burung yang makan kita punya buah dianggap amal jariah, sedekah jariah. Kalau people stole your mempelam, jangan marah, still sedekah jariah. Cuma kalau dia curi, tangkap dululah, marah dululah. Kan? Sebab dia mencuri. Betul, tapi dia ambil, it's okay, jangan marah lebih-lebih. Sebab you still dapat manfaat dia. Okay? Ini kita nak sebut bahawa sebenarnya it's everybody effort. It's not grass alone. Kalau everybody start planting one tree every year, we have a good, better environment. Okay? Next. Okay, I think this is the last one. Last one. Okay? Please, my suggestion very simple. Start dengan your home first. Tak payah cakap besar-besar, nak grand-grand, tak payah. Grass Malaysia, we deliver 70 program setiap tahun, zero funding from the government. Tak ada program grand-grand, tak ada. We start dengan kutip sampah, tanam pokok. Itu saja. Kita kadang-kadang very taksub nak buat program yang besar-besar. Sorry ya, organizer. Tak besar pula lagi. No, it's okay. Program begini, we need to address a conscious or address everything. But for individual level, you must start with yourself and your home. That's yang penting. Minimize plastic, food waste, and start your own edible garden. Paling tidak edible garden kan. So you start this one. Because gardening ni ramai orang terlepas pandang. You know the power of gardening. I will suggest one book, Well-Guided Mind. Please cari buku ni. With the Well-Guided Mind, doktor ni study bagaimana bapa dia, ex World War II punya veteran, after the war, dia normal. Tak ada PTSD dan sebagainya. Rupanya bapa dia kaki berkebun. Perang tak perang, dia tetap berkebun. Dia balik normal. So kalau orang yang stres, lupa, di hospital gila, the treatment also gardening. Bayangkan orang gila boleh sembuh dengan gardening. We are normal, guy. The power of gardening. Please start gardening. Kalau you are stressed, whatever, gardening. Do the gardening. Okay? Mindful wellness basically ialah macam mana kita bawa you masuk hutan. Konsep kita bukan hiking Grass Malaysia ialah masuk hutan, do nothing. Okay? Bahasa Belandanya Nixon. Bahasa utaranya duk ngangkang. Okay, betul tak? Orang utara kan? Marah duduk saja. So it's okay. The term healing sebenarnya Al-Quran dah sebut lama dah. Okay? So please, masuk hutan, do nothing, rehat. Dia akan dapat banyak manfaatnya. Okay? Paling tidak every week, kalau yang siapa yang stress, every week 2 hours minima. Kalau you start working with creative company, also go for the forest at least 2 hours minimum. Okay? Sponsor and volunteer tu terpulang lah. Bukan paksaan daripada saya. Okay. Sebab kadang-kadang bila I do the slide, being assist by my staff or that kan, so dia masukkan benda tu lah. Saya sebutlah juga, please volunteer dengan us. Bukan paksaan Cuma saya nak endingnya, saya nak sebut bahawa dalam ekologi, we talking about is how we survive current situation. It's not about just grandeur life or that, no. How we going to survive with current situation is ekologi. Itu saja. Sekian, terima kasih.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yusaimi. You know, when he initiated the conversation and the point that he had, there's something we all laughed about, and he said, we are all members of, we are all crazy, and we laughed about it. But that's something so powerful, because only when you are crazy enough, you will make the change that you need to see, right? And I think that is what Grass has been doing, and that is something amazing. We are all a bunch of crazy people in this room that decided we want to make a change, and we want to be also part of the change, and that's why we are here, I believe so. Thank you so much. So basically today 4 different vantage points was spoken. Basically the puzzle has been filled. We have started with the library, the books, the classrooms, the foundation, faith-based relief, the people we trusted with our funds, and eventually about the environmental advocacy. So, but there is this one word that cuts across all the 4 of them, and this is about the trust. The trust eventually has to be earned in person, and not just needs to be earned, but also needs to be maintained. In different forms or another, you have clearly heard that all the points was pointing to that one main thing we need to maintain, be it forest, be it about the libraries. It's about the trust. These are the kids that we are entrusting you guys so that you teach them. About the classroom, the same thing. The teachers, it's about the kids. Everything starts with the trust and needs to be maintained eventually. So, on to interactive dialogue. Let me start with something all the 4 of us, 4 of them have already touched on. If the trust is something a community extends to you, eventually in one way or the other, not something that you are entitled to, just as an initiative or whatever that you are trying to do. Because, or even because of your institution name or history, some of us, like the institution has been initiated 40 years ago, or over 50, over 100 years ago. But it comes sometimes like 1 year down the line, just within a short span, something happens and all the trust is shattered. It does happen a lot of times. So, what is the moment you guys actually lost it? What's one mistake in your sector that breaks trust the fastest? And I want to start with Datin Mastura and Mr. Sun Singh. Both of you work on access to knowledge. You work either through libraries or classrooms. Where do public libraries and schools actually need each other, and where are they currently disconnected? So we'll start with Datin Mastura. Please go.
Thank you very much. Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you to each panelist. Something that I learned, and anyway, the president of the GRAS, I will tell you the craziest people here in this hall is Prof. Dato Sadia. She's crazy. I mean, for her to do it with Puan Rolin, very skeleton. And when I saw that, I said, oh, we have to help her. So you mean that if anybody are so passionate, they become crazy people. Some people didn't think that it's important, but it's important. So, can I take a few minutes? Because I know that I'm so...
5 minutes.
5 minutes,
Yeah,
okay. Because I'm so truthful, just follow 10 minutes just now. And you guys take more than that. So, I want to reclaim back my time. Okay, Hanif, please show. I want to show because I want to support what Sun Seng and other two panelists said just now. It all started, as you said just now, it's all started from the just now. You mentioned today what Mr. Yusaini said.
Crazy enough.
Crazy enough. But you all started from human, from our children. We have our habit. Like myself, I'm above 50 years old, 59. But it's our habit that makes our amygdala didn't function. Every time we want to change ourselves, the amygdala will come. Oh, no, you stay in this one. But the person that we can change is our kids. Who take care of the children? It's the young parent. And you know how the young parent raise the children now? I look at my 3 daughters, my 4 children. I got 8 chuchu. And I saw young people when I eat at the restaurant, give this to their children, then they can eat calmly with the husband. Privatize. Oh, thank you, Mr. Yusani, you're so sharp. So I think now all of us have to focus. While you work, you want to find money, right? To give your children what they want, but what your children need is your time. What your children need is your eyes to listen what they said. So that's why when we have done the rebranding journey, as I said just now, we come up with the transit library. That's where I met AYG president Tuan Nizam and his team. All graduates, but choose to work with the NGO, asking for the money that I saw how they manage their money. I think about 90% is for the people, only 10% for the management. Then I think it's about time that Adapt Youth Garage being run by all the private sector, so that they are taking care of your kids. And to all the T5 and T20, you cannot buy safety. You cannot buy safety. You can buy anything for your children, but safety you cannot buy. So it's the tanggungjawab, it's responsibility to the T5, to the T20, to the people who own so many public listed company. Please find all the NGO like AYG, like your teachers teach a class, and also GRAS. You have to do this because they do it with heart and soul. There are two different things. When you have to do it because you're being paid, you are forced to. But for the NGO, they choose to do it. It's going to be a different energy. So I think the conclusion from this later on, Mr. Yusaini, Sun Sen, and Safari, Yapim has so much, have done a lot of things with the grant that they have from the government. So we have to support this kind of NGO. So within 2 minutes, I just want to show you what we have done when Nizam came and see me in January 2023 after the pandemic. And they cannot sustain the Pusat Interactive Belia. You know what they did? They put the staff and to take care of the children in that block that are facing so many problems. They become counselor, become big brother, big sister. But still, you know, the JLCs, the NGOs, so calculative, sometimes delay to give, so many requirements and all that. But they managed to do it. So when they came to me in 2023, I said, oh, I really appreciate, please we work together. So we changed the Pusat Interactive Ilmu. I get our architect, Mr. Razi, to redesign everything. And this is the place. You know, on the left side is Kemas. On the right side is Pusat Interaktif. You nampak jaring tu kan? It's because ada budak perempuan nak bunuh diri. And you know how they clean the house? When they clean the house, all air semua jatuh and sampah buang. So nobody berani lalu kat situ. I went there, Mr. Yusaini, is bahang, panas. So jadi kita tak apa masuk. And then is dalam dia. Betul, Cik Nizam? Only God bless you with your team, insyaAllah. And this is what we designed. Thank you to Puan Elmin here, the Ketua Pembangunan of PPS with Razi and his team. Design it. So tempat yang panas tadi yang ada batu semua tu, put the artificial grass and kita tengok dalam tu ada bilik air, ada surau, ada tempat pantry, everything. And kita put, we install the mist fan, 8 mist fan just to calm the cuaca bahang kat situ. So we did this in in June 2024. We finish it July 2024. We finish in November. So whenever we start the operation, we have a library there. So our operation time is from 8 morning until 4 p.m. run by the library, and 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. run by one staff named of Izam at AYG. And we put like concept gazebo, macam Starbucks lah konon-konon kan. But until now tak ada siapa nak berniaga kopi kat situ. And we have all these things, computer, even Mac, iMac yang latest baru masa tu. We bought it because we want the less fortunate children over there tak deprived something about. Any kids yang deprived want to makan Ferrero Rocher ke apa, tak boleh beli, tak boleh rasa, they become rebel when they besar. So what Sun San cerita tadi, I really totally agree, and I said to him and also Mr. Yusaini, dan saya pun memang wali jawatankuasa ekonomi for Yapim, all of us can work together. Do you guys agree? Yes. Yapim have the budget, we have the facilities, the venue, the staff. You have the idea, sincere from your heart, including Mr. Yusani, full of experience. My word is that once we're in, no way out. We work together. And then you give me 1 minute. And we have in the library, the 3D, the drone, so the kids need. Then I want to tell you something. While we are doing the renovation, one day I went to this place to see and discuss. Then I saw when I want to go in, there's few kids, 4 of them, have this punching. Apa? Punching? Fishing rod. Fishing rod. So I said, where are you going? Oh, makcik. Oh, I said, auntie, I'm going to fishing. I said, fishing? I didn't saw any sungai or anything, river. So I said, okay. But by the time when they go back, I saw they said, fishing. You know where they are fishing? Taman Permainan. They visualize. Oh, I got big fish. Yeah, when I saw that, I said, so touched. Then I said, when we finish the renovation, opening, or during the opening ceremony, our chief minister, Datuk Sri Amiruddin, you know, Datuk Sri Amiruddin, one of his policy, I heard in his speech, no one left behind. That's why we go into detail. Who going to take care of these left behind people? So we, the library, have 105. We have to go in. And now, last time, our library, 86. Within 15 years, 17 years, we upgrade. Now we have 105. Coming to HICOM, 106. And now we are focusing at all the less fortunate people during the PPRT. So now PPRT in Kota Damansara, and you see the small library. We have toilets, we have even shower, just like hotel. We have shower gel, we have conditioner, and we have shampoo. And one of my staff said, "Puan, do you want to macam hotel sekarang kan dia lekat kan all the shampoo?" So I said, "Why? You think dia orang curi?" Oh, my staff pun diam. Okay, tak apa, kita maintain je. And you know what happened? Until it's empty. Okay, time is up. The bottle is empty, but nothing lost. What I'm saying that the kids at the PPRT need our attention, need our donation, need our empathy to go there and ask them. So this is what we call magic box. So Sun Sang, Mr. Yusani, if you go, Mr. Saiful, kalau pergi library, you can bring something. Puan Raja Eza, my fellow friend yang banyak tolong PPS, bagilah coklat, not less than Fellow Roshi. Not less than, you know why? If you give to the parent 3,000, they need to pay for so many things. They won't buy the good chocolate. So the children will be helpless, feel deprived. So I cannot show anymore since you didn't give me the time. But I'm telling you, just 1 minute, okay. This is the children that staying in that PPR. Another, please, this all the program activity, all the color pencil, everything is all free. And this computer, they only can use the computer after finish their homework. And this is what they did. And all permainan you can see is all the game. One more. And also 3M, siapa tak boleh baca, can do this. Not even 500,000 cost. So only takes our staff to teach all the activity. And now I have Sun Seng. He's going to help me on the module of teaching. And this one person said, first time they eat donut. Buat donut, first time eat donut. Okay, next.
I think
this
time is up.
Okay, sorry. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Datin Nastura. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. I would love every speaker to have their word, but because of time, I think we'll have to finalize this session, round 2. But I think we have less than 2 minutes. We have question for Saiful Khairi or Saimi. One of you can choose to answer this. Yapim and grass both depend on public goodwill eventually, right? And contribution, it matters a lot. So whether that is like infaq or civic support for environmental cause, how do you compete for public attention and trust when there are many causes asking for it? One of you can choose to answer. You have less than 2 minutes.
Thank you for the question, Ms. Zainab. Yes, Yapim has its business entity, selling gold and the power system in our branches. What I need to clarify is what the difference between zakat and infaq. When Rasulullah come to Madinah, and then he claimed to perform zakah. Zakah is a social security system. It's a social security system that different from infaq. Then Rasulullah said in Allah has berfirman in surah Al-Isra ayat 100, wa kana insanu qatura. Maksudnya manusia ni mempunyai sifat bakhil, sifat kedekut. Then how to purify the sifat kedekut ni supaya memberi zakat. But Rasulullah elevate the system of sedekah through zakat, to strengthening the Islamic state. So zakat is a taxation system that society, Islamic society, need to perform zakat to defend the system of Islam, through the Islamic State. But when the state become prosper, the people are very leisure, they have additional money, asset, so what they need to give. So, and Rasulullah said also, if the people, Muslim, they are tendency to protect their money, they also tend to be bakhil. But zakat have a system nisab there, 2.5%. So that only for zakat. But you have more, you need to give infak. So to purify your soul from sifat kedekut. This is the nature of human. Nature of human that we need to protect from our nature. But Islam have guidance how to purify your soul. That's why if you have perform zakat, jangan bayar lebih, 2.5 cukup. Yang lebih tu masuk ke yatim. Why yatim? Because yatim is government agency. Beside majlis zakat negeri like Mawib, Maiz and others, so on. So in yatim we have a very trusted body that govern our fund, to deliver to the needy. In yatim we have lembaga pemegang amanah, and from lembaga pemegang amanah we have several committee that control how our fund spend to the needy. We have jawatankuasa audit risiko, we have jawatankuasa syariah, we have jawatankuasa kewangan, jawatankuasa pejawatan dan imbuhan. We have about 10 committee that regulate our process, how our fund distribute to the community. So actually it is a proper governance system that YAPIM established since its establishment, and now we strengthening our process through proper policy and procedure. So sometimes we also attend what have commented by the people about YAPIM. From time to time we answer what is right, what is wrong, that perspective, perception from the public about YAPIM. So we are deliver what we need to deliver, because the mandate of the government is to cater what the government cannot deliver to the needy and poor society. So what you have in your pocket, just info to YAPIM, and we can distribute fairly to the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would love us to continue, but unfortunately we don't want to disrupt the nature. It's almost lunchtime and it's also time to prayer. Already we are talking about reclaiming humanity. I think we should be an example of that, right? I would love to take questions from you, but because of time, we will end today's session here. But before we leave, I would love to ask one simple question. But this question, speakers, I will want you to take less than a minute. Just one statement, if I may say, to respond to this. Every single one statement is enough. So before we close, let's say, I want to ask each one of you the same question. Years from now, when someone asks what we have talked about today, what's one sentence you want them to hear? Just one sentence, whatever that comes to your mind. Mr. Sun, I think we are going to start with you. Just one sentence. We don't want to disrupt the nature.
Every child deserves to live a life they love, to experience love, and we have a responsibility to make sure that they experience that life.
Wow, thank you. Datin Mastura, please.
I want to take this opportunity what Sultan of Selangor, Your Highness, when first I worked and he asked, are you the person in charge of the library? Yes. Do it from your heart. So each one of you, please do it from your heart. You ask your conscience and definitely benefit the people. And Your Highness asked during that time in 2005, the state want to build a monument to show that Selangor is a progress state. But what he said to the Menteri Besar during that time, please don't do monument, it's a waste of money, but build a full-fledged public library as a gift to the people. And you see what happened to the library now. Pustaka Raja Toda. Credit to our Sultan. Thank you.
Only one sentence.
Only one sentence.
Berinfaklah ke Yapim, and thank you for the opportunity.
We are losing our human value. Please stand out with human dignity. So better life.
Thank you so much to each one of you for being here as our speakers, giving us profound overview of what they actually do and their initiatives as well. We don't want to disrupt the nature once again, so we are going to end here. Thank you so much once again to all of you. So have a lovely day.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for engaging the discussion. On behalf of the organizer, I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to our moderator and distinguished speaker for sharing their valuable experience, insight and inspiring perspective. So may I once again acknowledge Yang Berbahagia Datin Paduka Masura Muhammad, Director Perbadanan Perpustakaan Awam Selangor, Yang Bersa Mr. Saiful Khairi Kamaruddin, Head of Corporate Service Division Yapim, Yang Bersa Mr. Chan Sun Seng, Chief of Executive Officer Teach for Malaysia, and Yang Berusaha Mr. Muhammad Yusaimi, President GRAS, and our moderator Ms. Zainab Oche, Assistant Secretary General Asia Pacific for the Global Union's Coalition for Quds and Palestine. Thank you. So as we conclude this session, may the ideas shared today inspire a stronger collaboration, deeper trust and more impactful initiative that empower our communities and contribute to sustainable development and human economy. And thank you once again for your participation, and we hope you enjoy the session and gain the valuable insight. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now break for lunch. Lunch will be served at the Mawa Lounge. Before we adjourn for lunch, I have a few important announcement. So first, if you have not done yet, so kindly register your attendance for this session by scanning the QR code displayed at the entrance of this hall. Second, participants who have parked at the WTC Kuala Lumpur and wish to enjoy the special flat rate parking for this event, kindly to scan at the back, and please complete your registration scan before leaving the venue. And finally, we warmly invite all participants to visit the exhibition booth and book sale located outside this hall, and we encourage to take this opportunity during the lunch break and explore booth, discover new ideas and support the book sale.